In the realm where shadows dance with dreams and nightmares and fantasy intertwine, join me by the fire and hear a tale from your storyteller. I call this story The Clockwork Garden. In the heart of a mystical forest shrouded in mystery and enchantment, a place known as the Clockwork Garden exists. Its existence is whispered among the denizens of the surrounding woods. This garden was no ordinary sanctuary of nature. It was a surreal and twisted landscape where time itself seemed to bend, and reality blurred into a mesmerizing tapestry of the bizarre and the beautiful. Lush greenery intertwined with an intricate metallic gears, creating a symphony of ticking and whirring sounds that permeated the air and echoed through the ancient trees. One moonlit night, a young man named Kai found himself inexplicably drawn to the whispers of the Clockwork Garden. As if guided by an unseen shadow, he ventured deeper into the forest, following a path that seemed to materialize before him with each step he took. The air around him grew thick with an otherworldly mist that shimmered and danced in the moonlight, beckoning him to continue his journey into the unknown. As he crossed the threshold into the garden, a sense of both wonder and unease washed over Kai. The very ground beneath him seemed to pulse with a strange energy, and the air hummed with an ethereal melody that seemed to resonate deep within his soul. Kai's gaze was met with a vision that defied all logic, and yet was irresistibly enchanting. The Clockwork Garden unfolded before him like a living, breathing organism, a fusion of flora and mechanics that could only have been born from the loom of dreams. Each leaf and petal was perfectly poised between nature and artificial, as if each had been carefully crafted by an artisan of unrivaled skill. The trees were a marvel to behold as well, their bark spiraling with delicate filigree, branches arching with an architect's precision. Golden gears and copper cogs nestled within their boughs, and with each gentle turn, a cascade of autumn leaves would flutter down, their edges glinting with metallic sheen. Leaves carpeted the ground, forming a path that shimmered with the hues of precious metals, leading Kai even deeper into the garden. In the heart of the garden stood a colossal tree unlike any other. Its gnarled branches adorned with shimmering crystals that cast a mesmerizing kaleidoscope of colors across the landscape. Kai felt a powerful pull drawing him towards the tree, an irresistible urge to draw close and give himself to it. With trembling hands, he reached out to touch the trunk of the crystallized clockwork tree, and in that moment, the world around him began to shift and twist in a dizzy display of light and shadow. The gears that adorned the garden sprung to life, spinning and whirring in an otherworldly intensity that filled the air with a jarring mechanical symphony. In a heartbeat, Kai found himself transported to a vast chamber bathed in the soft glow of 1,000 ticking clocks. The walls of the chamber were lined with mirrors that reflected endless iterations of himself, creating a mesmerizing infinity of reflections that made his head swim with dizziness. As Kai tried to figure out what was going on, one of the iterations of himself broke off and turned to face him. This version of Kai stepped forward with an air of knowing confidence that the real Kai could not comprehend. The mirrored Kai, or perhaps a guardian of this strange realm, spoke in a soft, rhythmic ticking version of his own voice. "Kai," the being began, "you have entered the Clockwork Garden, a place where time converges and diverges in endless cycles. It is a nexus of possibilities, where each gear and spring resonate with the heartbeat of the universe." Kai, still reeling from the surreal experience, managed to find his voice. "Why am I here? What does this place want with me?" The being's gaze seemed to penetrate deep into Kai's soul. "This garden exists beyond the bounds of your world," it began. Another iteration of Kai stepped forward. "Where the seeds of destiny can be nurtured or pruned." A third iteration stepped forward. "You are here because your spirit vibrates in harmony with the essence of this place." The three iterations of Kai stepped out of the mirrors and circled around him, their movements synchronizing with the ticking and talking of the chamber's clocks, their voices merging into an harmonious echo. "You stand at the crossroads of time," they continued in unison. "Here, in the Clockwork Garden, your past, present, and future intertwine like gears that surround you. You have the power to influence not just your own timeline, but the very fabric of destiny itself." Kai's mind swirled with the weight of their words. He had always felt an inexplicable pull towards something greater than himself, a calling that had led him through the myths and into this otherworldly place. But the notion that he could shape destiny was overwhelming. "How is this possible?" he asked, his voice barely a whisper. The mirrored beings gestured to another mirror that held the image of the tree. "The clockwork tree you are in is the core of this realm. It is the keeper of time's flow, and the roots reach into every possible moment. By connecting with it, you've attuned yourself to its rhythm." Kai felt the ground beneath him pulsate energy, beckoning to him once more. His gaze drew to the reflection of the tree in the mirror. He noticed that among the shimmering crystals there were also delicate flowers blooming with gears for petals, each one turning in perfect harmony with the others. "The choices you make, the paths you follow, will cause ripples through the timelines," the iterations explained. "Some flowers will bloom while others wither, depending on the gears you set in motion. Your heart, your desires, your willpower, they are the key to nurturing the garden. But choose wisely," they cautioned, their voices suddenly solemn. "For every action has its consequences, and time is a delicate tapestry that can unravel if one tugs on the wrong thread." Kai felt the gravity of this newfound connection to the Clockwork Garden. It was both an honor and a burden, a gift and a test. He knew he had questions, decisions to make, and perhaps even a destiny to fulfill. But for now, he simply stood in awe, surrounded by the infinite reflections of possibilities that appeared in all the mirrors. "Where do I begin?" he asked, feeling the weight of potential within him. One of the Kai iterations stepped forward, placing a hand on Kai's shoulder. "Begin by listening," it advised. "Listen to the whispers of the gears, the songs of the ticks and tocks. They will guide your choices in the paths you will tread." With that, the mirrored versions of Kai stepped back, merging into the reflections once more. The room's luminous glow seemed to soften, and the clock's ticking became a gentle lullaby that guided Kai's mind towards clarity. Kai took a deep breath, Feeling the cadence of the garden's heartbeat sync with his own, he stepped forward into the ever-turning maze of time, where every step was the beginning of a new story, and every heartbeat was a moment waiting to be shaped. Until next time.